Shri Ganeshaya Namo Namah. Greetings to everyone world over, all our brothers and sisters across the globe. Wherever you are, we extend you a very hearty welcome. Wonderful evening on 2nd of October. Today is Mahatma Gandhi ji's birthday, and today is also anniversary for Swachh Bharat in India. Today is also birth anniversary of late Prime Minister of India, Shri Lal Bahadur Shastri ji. Now, ladies and gentlemen, coming from armed forces, he gave the slogan Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. So, Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Vigyan, and thereafter, Jai Gyan. Let's move with the Gyan. What kind of an education? How much education? What exactly subjects to be given to everybody? What all is to be taught? And how skills are playing important role now, particularly when we are talking about today as far as the new education policy in India is concerned. And in the new education policy, a lot of things are coming up. So let's talk about quickly, brief, short, crisp. Yesterday, we discussed about Sir Ken Robinson, if you recall. Sir Ken Robinson gave four parts. What is the purpose of education? Economic purpose, social purpose, cultural purpose, and personal purpose. That means there are four parameters you got to be. Why do you study particular subject? And at the same time, if you study a subject of your choice, then you don't get tired. You become passionate. You feel very happy and you feel very energetic, and energy flows out of you. And if your passion becomes your profession, there's nothing like that in life, because that is the best thing which you can have. Now let's move on. Yesterday, I committed to you when we were talking about Sir Ken Robinson, and he also made a mention, if you remember, one of the most popular video on the YouTube, do schools kill creativity? That was also there. And there's no limitation to human mind. The way you think, whatever you conceive, whatever you plan, and whatever is your strategy, whatsoever is going on in your mind, if it is positive, you will have positive, positive, positive results. So it all depends on your energy level, and it depends on your positivity, how you look at the world. And three things are very important for every youth. First of all, get focused. What do you want in life? What do you want to do in life? Because when we are talking about the purpose of education, any subject you study, now there are three pronged strategy. Number one, get focused. What do you want to do? Thereafter, have faith in yourself that you deserve this. You have to get it. You have to get through. You have to acquire. You have to achieve. So focus, faith, and third part, follow through. Just move, move. Because when you move, you'll get the results. It's very important, which you all have to understand. Focus, faith, and follow through. I made a commitment to yesterday that I will get you more familiar with Dr. Sugata Mitra. If you recall, yesterday I discussed with you. So today, ladies and gentlemen, let's move to Dr. Sugata Mitra, and I wish to show you right over here. And in this slide, you should also see that there is a QR code. And if you scan this QR code, you get a complimentary membership for Chamber for Service Industry. If you're a teacher, if you're a trainer, if you're a coach, if you're a counselor, if you're a mentor, or if you're providing even technical services for education, you get complimentary membership of our Chamber for Service Industry. Let's move on together. Let's take on the journey together. I committed to you, I promised to you that we will talk about the hole in wall. Here is Dr. Sugata Mitra. It's an old picture, 1999. When I talk about that, that means it's about 25 years back. And thereafter, ladies and gentlemen, he went to Massachusetts also. Thereafter, some time in UK. So, what is the beginning of the new education? द होल इन द वॉल। इन्होंने किया क्या था? दिल्ली की एक जगह है कालका जी, उस कालका जी के अंदर इन्होंने एक दीवार के अंदर दो कंप्यूटर लगाए और उन कंप्यूटर को दोनों को उस वॉल में जो दो होल किए थे उसमें फिट कर दिया। ऊपर एक कैमरा लगा दिया, कोई टीचर नहीं, कोई आसपास नहीं, सारे की सारी इंफॉर्मेशन गेटिंग रिकॉर्डेड एंड लेट अस सी द रिजल्ट्स, व्हाट एग्जैक्टली डिड ही अचीव। So in 1999, Dr. Sugata Mitra conducted a rather quirky educational experiment. His research institute was next to the slum district, and he cut a hole in the wall and installed a public computer terminal with an internet connection. It was unsupervised and free to use with no restriction, just monitored through a remote desktop and observed with a hidden camera. Now, what happened? What happened was that curious local citizen came and experimented with it. And as it was hoped, children turned up in groups and tried it out together, learning what it could be and coining their own names for the mouse and the various functions. Within a matter of days, they had learned basic IT literacy at their own, and they were browsing the internet and using educational language and maths programs. Dr. Sugata Mitra repeated the experiment elsewhere, observing how children learned in their own time through trial and error, peer coaching and play, guided by their own curiosity. So that's why from our chamber we always say curiosity has to come before creativity. Encouraged by the results, which he called minimally invasive education, hole in the wall IT was scaled up to a full project. Let's see further what exactly happened. You'll get. Let's see what exactly happened. I wish to share with you Hole in the Wall Education Limited. You call it HIWL. Now it operates learning station across India, Cambodia, Bhutan, and number of African countries. The stations have been weatherproofed and theft-proofed and installed in the playgrounds, street corners, children homes, and villages. A learning station like this is obviously a far cry from having your own computer, but it is invaluable for children and adults who would not otherwise have any access to computing at all and no opportunity to develop the IT skills or use the web. It's one small way of helping to bridge the digital divide between those who are able to benefit from our interconnected world and those who are excluded. Wow, what an experiment. Incidentally, while many of us might not have heard of the hole in the wall computer itself, we have probably seen some of the popular culture it has inspired. Novelist Vikas Swarup saw the way the children from the slum districts they were capable of learning on their own, and it sparked the idea for his novel Q plus A. And if you remember, it's a book better known as for its film adaptation Slumdog Millionaire. Do you recall now what I'm referring to? Let's move on further and just have a. Now, when you look at this slide, it's a village, and right over there you can see two small computers. It's a hole in the wall, and they're fitted over there. Camera is there, and internet connection is there. Now, let's look at it India's scenario. India with a population of 1.4 billion, today that is in 2024, and somewhere in 2020 it was 1.3. It faces huge challenges, including not having enough schools or teacher for all children. Such challenges are not restricted to developing countries, but are also faced in the rural and the remote areas of United States, Canada, Australia, and Europe, where, ladies and gentlemen, the distance and remoteness often results in the absence of or maybe absence or a shortage of teachers. Emerging countries like Brazil, Russia, Latin world, and large parts of Africa, they face similar challenges. And in addition, while nations such as the United States, Canada, and United Kingdom, they have tried to address issues of performances metrics, capabilities, and workforce provision, they are increasingly not able to prepare students with the skills required to succeed in 21st century career. Ladies and gentlemen, these skills can now change many times over a lifetime. And that is the beautiful concept of Dr. Sugata Mitra, hole in the wall, how to reach poor, how to reach those can't afford, how to reach students, youth, young generation, children whose parents cannot afford, but they also deserve same treatment which metros are having, or in the big cities, the people, those are staying and those are having good Wi-Fi connection. So these remote places, they also need. Now, what is this HIWL learning station? As we discussed in 1999, how it started and everything, what all was going on. And we also discussed the other countries which adopted. So somewhere in 2000, National Institute of Information Technology, if you remember NIIT, along with the International Finance Corporation, that is your IFC, they set up a subsidiary named Hole in the Wall Education Limited. The original design of the hole in wall experiment, it was adopted by HIWL into a product called HIWEL Learning Station. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me move on now. Our chamber brought India's first finishing school for service industry way back in 1994. And if you have a look at it, this particular finishing school where you have got inspirational skills, where there is an innovative way of, training the children through storytelling, art of, basically mesmerizing, involving every child the best possible way. So there could be a talent lab where the students, youth, they can display their talent and their soft skills, their life skills, their technical skills, their power skills, and their employability skills, their entrepreneurship skills, their startup skills. Everything can be taken care of over there. The need of the hour is, let us not focus only on hardcore subjects. I think more than academics, forget about gold medal, 99% marks and all that bullshit. Just come on to it, how to earn your bread, how to become meaningful to society, how to look after your elderly parents, how to look after your family, how to acquire those skills and competencies, and strategically channelizing your talent where there is a personality enhancement of yours, where you develop the communication skill for connecting, where there is a collaboration, not competition, where there is a curiosity, creativity, innovation, where there's a critical thinking, design thinking, continuous thinking, analytical thinking, positive thinking, and continuous and lifelong learning. Why not? Why not? Education should be related to our day-to-day life. From the time we get up in the morning at 6 o'clock until we go to sleep, what all we perform during the day should be integral part of our education ecosystem. Ladies and gentlemen, music, humor, fun, dance, happiness, passion, stimulation, they all can be part of education programs. Why not? Yesterday, I promised you I'm going to take you in the journey because this I had shown you earlier. Now let's come on to the second part. Why not initially we should organize a psychometric test of every child? What is child passion? What does youth want? What are they looking forward to? And let's build their confidence the best possible way. And let there be a direct journey, college to corporate. Do the hand holding the best possible way. Why not children should learn the skills of courtesy, manners, gesture, body language, positivity, and how to talk to others. how to walk, how to talk, how to basically interact, interpersonal relationship. And then at the same time, of course, you got to pick up some skills to get a good job. You may be at the front office or back office. You may have a technical skill or a hard selling skills or marketing skills or PR skills or events planning, marketing and management skills. Post pandemic, our finishing school has also brought digital inspirational lab. Now, this is basically for making education and skills relevant. I'm grateful to the institute having been set up in 1994 in Chandigarh, which did tremendous work for the youth, for teachers, for trainers, for coach, for mentors, for technocrats, anybody, everybody directly, indirectly associated with education. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us set up the finishing school, digital inspirational lab for students, for teacher, for corporate training and development in your school, in your college, in your university, in your institution, in your polytechnic, in your ITI, where children curiosity, creativity, imagination, innovation, design thinking, critical thinking, adaptive learning, immersive learning, project based learning, nature based learning, joyful learning, empathy based learning, power of thought learning, and mind guides learning. All that takes care in such a beautiful way where there is a humor in the education, there is a happiness in the education, and there's a joyful learning. If we really want to shape and if we really want peace in the world, let's develop a best pool of teachers. Teachers only can shape children. And we strongly, strongly, strongly recommend that teachers, those are going to do hand holding of youth, children, kiddies from kindergarten to the fifth class should be so well trained that they should strategically, positively, and wholeheartedly, willingly, joyfully train the youth the best possible way. मिलते हैं